I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why he's still a virgin. I got an email here from a guy in the UK. He's 23 years old, he's a virgin, and he's wondering why, when he's seeing his buddies being successful with women, why is it that he's never had a girlfriend yet, he's never had sex, and all the women that he dates, it just seems to kind of always fizzle out on him. So let's go through his email here. He says, "Hi Corey, my name is Fazal, not sure, sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. I'm 23 years old and I'm from the UK. In my 23 years of life experience, I've seen a lot. I've met many different girls. I just don't understand how most guys my age even have solid relationships going on for them. I, at this stage of my life, haven't found the right person. Is this normal?" Well, one thing I would say is that you're fixated on finding the right person. And in order for you to be ready for the right person, you've got to have some practice. You've got to practice your skills. You can't just wait and do nothing and then hope that when you meet this awesome chick that just lights you up in every way, that you're going to do everything right. Well, repetition is the mother of skill. And if you're 23 years old and you're still a virgin and you're not, all the chicks are basically blowing you off and you're not getting laid, but your friends are, then obviously your approach sucks. There's something wrong with the way you're going about dating and pickup. And so I would tell you the first thing that you need to do is to read my book so you can learn the basics of what I teach. And that's the most important thing. Read the book, get the basic information, but the idea is that you got to actually start interacting with women and talking to women, getting phone numbers, and get to the point where getting phone numbers is actually a pretty routine thing, because most of the women that give you their phone numbers aren't going to turn into the next love of your life. As a matter of fact, probably the majority of the women that you get their number, you either won't go out with them, or when you do go out with them, you'll realize that, you know what, I really don't like this girl. She's not much of a conversationalist, or she's not very much, she's kind of boring, or she's kind of lethargic, or she's not very healthy, or like all she wants to do is get fucking shit-faced every time we get together. Whatever it happens to be, but point being is the majority of the women you call are not going to feel exactly the same way, or the majority of the women that you hit on are not going to feel the same way. And so by interacting with a lot of different women and practicing your social skills like I talk about in the book and like I talk about in my other articles, this will get you used to interacting with women and talking to them and communicating with them in the ways that actually create attraction. He says, "I haven't had a serious, committed, long-term person in my life ever. This worries me a lot because I'm going to explain why I think it is. I grew up listening to Hindi music, and in our culture, a lot of the music affects us emotionally. And I think through listening to such music, that's affected me in an indirect way. I'm not sure." In other words, you basically think, oh, because I listen to this music, I'm too emotional guy, and I'm weak, and that's why women don't want to date me. Well, I'd say that's total bullshit. What the real problem is that the strategy you've been employing to pick up and date women sucks. It ain't working, number one. That's the most important thing. Anyway, with the opposite sex, if I do not have regular contact with a female, it affects me. Well, that right then and there, that tells me that's your fucking problem. And so just from you saying that tells me that you're acting needy, you're acting clingy. When you leave a message for a chick, you probably don't give her a chance to call you back. And so you chase them, and you probably are coming off and you're acting like a guy that's a stalker. Because guys who are confident and who are successful with women, we leave a message, we wait for her to call us back. Why? Because I'm not going to fucking waste my time and my money going out with a girl who's not making the effort as well. If she's not reciprocating the effort, if she's not really excited to see me, I'm not going to plan a date with her and potentially blow $100 to $150 taking her out to a really nice dinner and a nice evening. I mean, I'm only going to spend my time and that kind of money on a woman who's earned it, who is communicating reciprocated interest. So I can tell, it's like, I get upset, why is this? And I would say you basically become conditioned. Maybe it was your upbringing. Maybe you were like me. My parents were fucking cold as ice. They never touched us. They never hugged us. They never kissed us. They never said, "I'm proud of you." They never said, "I love you." all we ever got, we got beatings and we got yelled at when we did something wrong. And that was it. And other than that, we were pretty much completely fucking ignored. And it wasn't just my parents, it was both sides of the family like that. I mean, everybody in the family is just fucking cold as ice and emotionally unavailable. And when you grow up in a family like that, and all you do is get yelled at when you do something wrong, it's like you don't know when you're doing something right, and you don't know when you're doing something wrong. And since my mother wasn't affectionate at all, I didn't know how to interact with women. I didn't know what a healthy relationship was between a son and a mother and a man and a woman. I never learned those things. Both my parents had absolutely no friends. They didn't talk to anybody. They were just socially awkward. My mother just always found a reason to, I don't want that person. I don't want that person. There's something wrong with them. And so they spent most of their life. They had no social circle. They didn't spend time doing things with couples or anything. It was either with our family or they're the best person they had a relationship with really was the TV. And other than that, like I said, it's just, so if you grew up in an environment that was like that, you're probably emotionally fucked up like I was. And so when a woman doesn't contact you, you right away go into a response just like I used to. You think, oh, she doesn't like me. Or, I'm going to get rejected just like all the other times before. And because of that, you're driven from fear, and therefore what you fear, you attract. And so because you're assuming that you're going to get rejected, you act like a guy who assumes he's going to get rejected. And so when you act that way, a woman goes, oh, I don't want that, because you're basically acting like a stalker. And so that is a big part of your problem. He says, I feel alone most of the time if I do not get a call or a text from a girl. This is regardless of if I am with her. She doesn't need to be a girlfriend, but as long as the communication is there, I am okay. Why is this? Well, you got to understand, sometimes women will purposely not call you back, especially if they think you're weak or you're needy. Why? Because they want to see if you're going to act like a stalker. Because if you have any kind of behavior that gives them a hint or an inkling that you're a stalker or a control freak or maybe potentially an abusive boyfriend, they will drop you faster in a bad habit. Because you got to remember, women are usually physically not as strong as us guys, and so they don't want to put themselves or potentially put themselves in a situation to where some guy is going to hurt them physically or emotionally or cause them to do things or force them to do things that they just simply don't want to do. And so if you act this way, you blow a chick's phone up, you don't wait for her to call you back, or when she finally does call you, like, why didn't you call me? It's like, I was waiting for you. It's like, why did you wait 4 hours? Why did it take you 2 hours to call me back? It's like she's going to know you're a needy control freak, and she's going to never want anything to do with you. And so that's a big part of your problem right there. And you just have to grow a set of balls, be a man about it. When you leave a message for a woman, if she likes you, she'll call you back. If she doesn't give a fuck about you, you'll never hear from her. And that's the way you need to handle it. And so I'd say a big part of your problem is just that in and of itself. He said, I just do not understand. I'm a mature guy for my age. I would say not when it comes to women. I have a part-time job, which is 16 hours, and I live with my parents. I do not think I am an ugly-looking guy. I just don't know what it is about me. And I'd say, again, it's your approach. I would like to think I am confident, and confidence comes from doing something you know how to do and doing it really, really well. And repetition is the mother of skill. If you're not interacting with dozens and dozens of women on a weekly basis, asking them out, getting their phone numbers, you're not going to be going on dates. You're not going to have anybody to practice with. And so therefore, you're not going to be able to get any better than you are now. So he says, I'm not introverted or shy, but why, Corey, why have I not met the girl yet? Why have I not found myself a girlfriend? Being a virgin at 23 is crazy. Well, I was 21 when I lost my virginity, and it wasn't a very fun experience. It was very awkward, and it sucked because I was all worried about just losing my virginity, so my guy friends would stop fucking busting my balls about it. I'm not asking for much. I'm a good guy, and I deserve a good girl. And I agree. You're right. You do deserve a good woman. But if you want to get a good woman, you got to learn how to act around women. Not only should you be reading my articles and videos, but you need to read my books so you can get the baseline knowledge. That should be your starting point. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons. which are also located in the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs maximum detailing your situation, your questions, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of email from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want me to help you right away, or you need to talk to me right away, the best way is to book a paid phone coaching session with me personally by clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.